can't. That's all the smaller it goes.
Oh,
The other one was small. Well, I pushed it all the way in, and it's below my ears.
huh.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yep.
You're listening to the podcast where we talk about life, sports, family, and everything in between. Welcome to Just Talking Out Loud with your hosts, Ron and Terry.
Hello and welcome to our show. I'm Ron,
And I'm Terry.
and it's great to be with you. And thank you for joining us today. As we're going to look at or taste brownies that we found in
Are
our cupboard.
expired.
Yeah, they're 2 years, right? 2 years old.
Yeah, and I know that I've bought them before 2 years. I mean, because
Yeah.
we cleaned out all our stuff during COVID
Right.
and got rid of all the expired stuff. And my mom took all our canned soups
Oh,
and
the
ate
cans,
them. And she
yeah.
ate them. She said it doesn't matter if they're expired, and she didn't get sick from them. So
I'm not. I'm going to ask the question for those of you that are watching on YouTube or listening. What is the oldest item you found if you've cleaned out your pantry in the last? I don't know. Like you said, we cleaned it. We cleaned it out since COVID, but
we cleaned it out really good during
yeah.
COVID, and we found 2012 things in there, and
right.
like old soup stuck in the
All the
very
soups
back,
were
and
way
we
back.
saw, and we, just in cake mixes and stuff
Right.
like that.
You got to rotate
Yeah.
the stock.
Well, but
remember we used to do
but
that.
I know these brownies I've bought, and so they must have come off the shelf
Right.
misdated.
And we can tell the difference. So it's not like we don't know which is which.
Yeah, because
So-
one is milk chocolate and one's fudge.
Yeah, we didn't get the same. We're just
But
going
they're
to try
both.
'em.
They were both Duncan Hines mix, and they were
Right.
sitting right next to each other. And the other one just expired. So I
Yeah.
probably bought them about a year ago, and one of them says 22 on it.
And we are
So-
not. We're not. The brownies weren't sent to us or paid by Duncan Hines.
No.
Although if we'd like to be at some time sponsored by somebody, that'd be great.
Yeah.
If who knows, maybe someday. So we're going to do that. We're also going to talk about cholesterol hands. Hopefully you don't have this. I have a picture. We'll show you. I'll show Terry. She hasn't seen this yet, so we'll show her that. And we have a couple things we want to grab onto and dig into. We're going to change things up a little bit because we are on video now, and
Yeah.
this is kind of exciting. It's kind of fun, but we're also frazzled because we work. I work. She was in the kitchen all day today, so if we're a little bit out of sync, it's because we don't know what we're doing.
Yeah.
Just
A lot of
just
stress.
being honest. Okay, we're just being honest. These are two people that have done this now. We've had our podcast, Just Talking Out Loud, for going on. This is our 5th season,
Really?
but this is our first venture
Of
into video.
video.
And as we said last week, or I told, so well, Terry's been on video, but that's beside the point. You can look it up. No, I'm just kidding.
But
Might be online, but no. So yeah, we're having. So we're going to try the brownies first. We're going to do that. We're also going to talk about. Yeah,
do
we're
you
gonna-
want to do this?
oh yeah, let's do it. So Terry got a Kohl's. I have to get a suit. I tried a suit on. I haven't had on for
Oh, wow.
a while, and let's just say
At
that
least a year or more.
the pants I got buttoned, but
Oh, do you want it by your event at work?
my what?
Do you want a new suit by March 1st?
No, because it's denim and diamonds, not
Oh, so you can-
dressy up
okay.
suit. I would look silly. Everybody else is going to be in blue jeans and frilly
Oh,
things.
but they wear all
and
those
bling,
studs. Okay,
they're all
so we
gonna be
get an
stuck.
extra 30% if you
So hold
find
that up.
one at
Everybody can see. There it is right there, 30%.
Kohl's. Plus,
I'm
you
go-
get your Kohl's cash,
Gotta get
which
that
I
Kohl's
hate
cash.
that Kohl's cash because it makes me go back and I buy things I don't need.
But I would much rather go, I don't know. I'm not harping on Kohl's. I'm just trying to figure out where to go get my suit.
If anyone has any good suggestions,
Yeah,
you
give 'em
can-
to me.
Yeah,
Someone said Macy's today. I don't think we have a Burlington other than Bridgeville. You have to go to Bridgeville, I think, for Burlington. Although it might be one still
it used to be in South Hills.
in South Hills
but
behind.
I don't ever remember one being in Bridgeville.
Where else could you go? We used to
Pennies,
have
you could go down
pennies. Yeah,
you could go down,
the Highlands.
the Highlands Way, and there's stuff
do
down
that.
there. There's a Pennies. There's
Let me move over just a little bit. So I'm
Or
not
if-
used to being on.
you might be able to order them online someplace.
I'm hoping to
like the
upgrade.
Men's Warehouse online or something.
My future look into this is to upgrade this so that you can see us both at the table. Not, I mean, you can see us both. It's split screen, but I would like to have a little more.
So
We'll
you
see
could
how this
see
goes.
more if we have
Yeah, if we have more
guests.
people, we want to make sure that this is all.
Everyone can
And I
see.
just haven't had the time to dig into anything lately. But we're having a good time, and hopefully you are too. We're also going to talk about the 5 most dangerous expired condiments in your fridge. And we might do that. I might have Terry go up and
Oh,
get whatever
God.
we have, and we'll read the date if we can find it,
I know there's condiments
and we'll
because
see how much it is out of date.
other people give me their condiments or they leave them here at picnics and then they get shoved to the back because there's something we don't even use.
And we're also going to talk about ketchup. Heinz finally answered the question, should it be in the refrigerator or not? Because that's been the big thing. You know, it does say on the bottle, just to be clear, it says refrigerate after opening. We'll talk about more on that coming up. But first, we're going to try 2-year-old brownies, and the other one is barely expired, right?
Yeah, and they were good. We made them
Well,
Sunday
I've had
and we've
those.
ate them.
That we've had.
Do you want?
So I'm going to grab one here. This is the brownie, if you can see what we got going on there.
it did bake up
this is the,
and it did raise and it looks fine.
This is what is a fudge brownie.
It's a fudgy brownie.
And these are 2 years old.
It was 22, it said on them.
Oh, this is 25. It's 3 years old.
Yeah. Was the end of
Okay, so-
22, I think it expired.
So do you?
And
First
I know
bite?
I bought these at the same time. That's what gets me. So that means one of them was in the back and someone pushed it forward. And
I'd like to ask our friends out there
it actually tastes decent, doesn't
if you've
it?
ever tried to cook, to bake something.
We'll tell you if we get sick.
Yeah, I'll let you know on the next episode. You'll find out. This will be a weekly podcast still, just like our audio. Unless we have something that comes up and Terry and I have a great idea, then
We
we'll
might
put
do
it on video.
Little bitty chip clips.
But I will say, for a 3-year-old brownie that's been out of date, this is not bad. And friends,
My
of-
mom
you-
always says you can eat everything. That's the best buy date. It's not. It's
Yeah.
I guess smell everything. If it doesn't smell good, I wouldn't eat it.
Yeah, my mom smells everything
Yeah.
before no matter what it is. Yeah, that's the old sniff test, and then you go from there. But I got to be honest, for 3 years old, it's not bad. And as I was asking our friends out there that are watching or listening, what you can text us too, if you're listening, please text us and let us know if you found something in your cabinet. Did you make it?
And how old?
And how old was it?
How many years expired have you tried things?
You know what? This is screwed up now because here's why. I have questions, great questions on my phone, but I can't use my phone because we're taping. We're actually recording, and I have some questions that I ask. Well, I'll just
Can you get on my phone on them?
not on. I don't know if I can get through my. I might be able to. I don't know if I can. We might be able to. We have to check that. That'll be our ending. Some of the questions we had. So let's hold off. We'll grab your phone afterwards. So what would you say, Terry?
I ate the whole thing. It was really good. It was good enough for me to keep on eating.
You thought they were burnt. They're not burnt.
No, they were.
As a matter of
pretty good.
fact,
They're
these
very
might even
fudgy.
be-
They were called fudgy. They were better than the ones that I cooked on
and these
Sunday.
were Duncan Hines. And Duncan's, if you'd like to sponsor an episode, and send us some of your food, we'll try anything.
Those were called fudgy, and the other ones were called milk chocolate. And I like the fudgy better than the milk chocolate.
I do like the, this is the fudgy. I do like, yeah.
And I used the milk chocolate, but I put all kinds of I put peanut butter chips and chocolate chunks in it.
If we get sick, we promise we'll let you know. I'll
That way
film
you
it.
know not to.
That way you can hear it.
That way you know not to eat expired.
Yeah. I'm a little more afraid of the cans. And I know you say that's not a bad thing, but I'm
mom
scared of
says
a can
Cans
that's-
are good for because you know why she says that? Old timers.
Yeah.
Her mom and her grandma canned every year, and if something got squished to the back and they ate it 2-3 years later, they never worried about it. They canned canned goods, and they said they're sealed. They're as long as the seal's not broke, Now, if the seal's broke, it's bad.
Right. Right.
But if as long as she thinks if it's in a can and it's sealed, it should be good. Now,
Right.
now that's where you get the problems if you buy dented cans, or you know what I mean.
Yeah.
If there was a little hole that you don't know about it, that would make it go bad. But she says she eats expired soups and stuff.
Okay. So I don't know. How do you feel about that, ladies and gentlemen out there? Do you, on a can, do you feel a little more safe with a can than you would a box, or is it vice versa? Would you rather throw away the can? I can honestly say
You
these
don't
brownies,
usually.
3. Now, what was it? We cooked something that was very
make
thin.
cake
Remember?
mix.
There was a cake
we did
mix.
a cake mix that was
It was like this.
over
Can you see that?
COVID. We
Right-
found
right there.
something that was really old. Like
And
it might have been
and
2009
it
or
was a vanilla,
2012.
a white or
A white or a
yellow.
yellow cake mix, and we cooked it just to see what, and it did not
It was-
raise, so the baking powder and it was no
Oh,
good.
It was so.
It was, and it smelled a little
Oh, it
bit
was
funny,
bad.
and we did not eat it.
We didn't do the sniff test on that, which is kind of surprising.
Oh, we did, but we wanted to see what it was. Yeah, it did not rise at all, though.
No, it was not good. So I was wondering, answer us
How
if
old
you can.
is too old? I don't
and,
know.
And we'll come back to those, anyone that answers us, because that'll be interesting to see. But I can honestly say they were pretty good for brownies. You'd never, if I didn't know,
If we wouldn't have
If I'd have
looked at that, we were actually.
never would have thought.
I
of it.
had said we need to look through our pantry because I've been dieting on and off for the last who knows how long.
Yeah.
And so I haven't been using stuff like that.
No, we've been trying to. I got some news on my cholesterol, so it's nothing. I'm on medicine, and it didn't work. So it's either I'm gonna
Cut
After
the
these
sugar out.
brownies,
The brownies, yeah.
cut the sugar. I gotta. The job I have is the greatest job in the world, but man, of daisies,
There's a lot of
I've
junk
got
food
to
there.
stop the food. I've got to find some type of willpower. I don't have any willpower. I just don't. I got to find some way to say no. But you got to enjoy life too, don't you?
Well, you don't need a donut every day.
Well, no, I don't have a donut every day. Well, they don't do that.
But
I'm
when
just
they
saying
bring
sometimes
them,
they
you
have like
have 2 or
tomorrow.
3.
Tomorrow there's going to be cookies. There's going to be food. There's going to be. So I don't know. It's hard for me. It's difficult.
And you're not like overweight, so it's not like
I wouldn't consider myself overweight. Am I?
no.
No. But something's off. My eating habits. That's number one. Got to stop that. And so anyway, the medicine just has not worked. And I was going to go somewhere else with this discussion, and I forgot where I was going with it. So that's why you take notes on the podcast. So do we want to do the 5 most dangerous, or do you want to do? I have some other things. You want to do the cholesterol hands? What would you like to talk about first before we? I had some
Well,
other.
since you mentioned your cholesterol, do you have the picture of the cholesterol?
Yeah, let's do the
hands?
cholesterol. So we have this story. This man ate 6 to 9 pounds of butter
Ew.
and cheese a day, and he developed what was called cholesterol hands. And let me show you the picture on this. Just give me 1 second. I have the picture right here. I'm going to give Terry one so she can see it, and then I'm going to show our lovely people. I don't know if you'll be able to tell. I'm going to try and. I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah,
If you're on,
they're
if
like
you're listening, you're not.
They
gonna-
look like
but let me-
chapped.
Why don't you
and-
describe, Terry, if you can, for our listening audience? They're yellow. You can see the yellowness.
Yeah, like where your veins go through, it's yellow, yellow
Yes.
deposits. And they
Here's
look like
another
they're chapped.
Picture on. I'm going to show on
Yeah,
Fine.
that's
if you could see it.
it's very. They look very chapped, like they look red with
They're
yellow.
very
with
red.
yellow lines through them.
It says
So how bad is his cholesterol?
doctors say a man who ate just pounds of butter and cheese and hamburgers every day for 8 months. So this is an 8-month development that he has done this. Developed yellowish lumps of cholesterol in his body. So they were lumps. So those yellow bumps that you're seeing
Are
are actually
inside
cholesterol lumps.
in his body.
He was following an extreme carnivore diet, and doctors say the least excuse me, sorry, the lesions formed because his body wasn't processing cholesterol. The condition is called, well, I meant to look this word up, and I don't know. It's really long. Starts with an X. Let's just say that. And it can deposit not only under the skin, but in other parts of the body and cause heart attacks and strokes. So you don't want to be eating just butter
And cheese.
and hamburgers every day for 8 months because it's going to cause you to have some cholesterol hands. So that's the backstory. It also had on the soles of his feet and his elbows these lumps of cholesterol lumps were all over. That's crazy. I don't know why he was following that. That diet doesn't even sound good. He said at first he felt great. He lost some weight and then became more energetic, he said, and had more mental clarity. But about after 8 months, that's when he started getting the lesions on his eyelids. The lesions appeared on his palm of his hands and the soles of his feet. So that is what you call, I'm going to show one more time, the cholesterol. If you're watching on YouTube, you want to see these pictures or just look it up. Cholesterol hands, and they're just nasty. It's nasty. Nasty looking, don't you think?
Yeah, and
But you'd have to know that if you're eating
junk
cheese
every
and butter
day.
for 8 months, it's going to cause some kind of problem. Right?
Yeah,
It's like sitting down and eating a whole bucket of candy. Eventually, it's going to come back to haunt you every day for 8 months, which is probably why I'm having all these issues. I don't know.
no, you don't eat that bad. It's
No,
just-
but the M&Ms, I'm an M&M fanatic. I love M&Ms. I like a good cookie. I like donuts.
But every time
like-
I've been dieting, you're cut off of noodles and you eat less bread.
Yeah, I do.
and you
And I do
less-
eat.
And you eat the fish that I make.
Yes, I eat fish. I've been eating. Well, here's the thing. I was looking up foods that help with cholesterol. So those of you that have cholesterol issues, let me know what you're doing for your cholesterol because I'd love to know. Maybe there's something that I could do. I eat apples every day.
Flaxseed was wonderful. The very
Flaxseed.
first time they told you your cholesterol was high, I started grinding flaxseed and put it in your cereal, on your muffins, in your casseroles, in everything. And the next time you went, you didn't have a problem.
Well, I was also taking a supplement that they had recommended, a red yeast that I was taking.
Which you're
And I was taking
again
like
now,
only
right?
3 pills, and I was taking 6 pills. Now, when I was on the cholesterol medicine, I didn't take as much as the other stuff. Maybe I should have. I don't know. But I'm starting to think that obviously I try to exercise every day on a bike. I don't get to it every day, but I'm trying to. And but if you are out there and you are struggling with cholesterol and you have an idea, tell me what you're doing. I have apples every day. Cheerios is supposed to be good, but not Honey Nut Cheerios. There was a
Yeah, it's supposed to be no
no,
sugar.
yeah, no Honey Nut. The lady we did a health fair, and the lady that's a what do you call that? A
Nutritionist.
nutritionist she said what to do is to mix the two. If you don't like the plain Cheerios, mix two of them together. That way you're not getting all
As
one or
much
the
as
other.
sugar.
But really, you should just have the plain Cheerios with flaxseed, which I have been doing. But I like the Aldi's. If you haven't tried the Aldi, no.
Aldi's almond.
Almond, no, that wasn't Aldi's. What did we buy?
Yeah, it
That
was.
Was it Aldi's or
It's
Big
like
Lots?
It's all.
Did they have it?
The,
Thought
the
they didn't
Aldi's
have
had
it.
it the second time we
Oh,
were
okay.
in. The Aldi's.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Because they only had 2 boxes left.
Almond crunch. or
Yes,
whatever.
almond crunch. So I thought maybe that would be better, but maybe it's not because it's the sugar. I should have brought the box to see how much sugar is in there. Because that's the big thing, right?
I think that's the main American health problems is there's sugar in everything you buy, anything that's processed. And that's been my new goal, not to diet, to just get off processed food or only eat processed food like when I go to a restaurant or something.
Right.
That way I'm only getting it once in a while. I mean, I'm trying to do the coconut milk out of the
Yeah.
can. I'm trying to do coconut
We do smoothies.
water. Yes.
That hasn't helped me.
Which I'm surprised because I put flaxseed and stuff in
Yeah.
the smoothies.
The flaxseed and what's the lettuce? The kale. Although I heard
I
kale's
did-
not good for you.
Well, Kale is not real good for your
we
thyroid.
just
That's the
found that
last
out.
thyroid doctor I listened
Yeah.
to.
So who knows?
Kale, edamame beans, and
Black beans are good for cholesterol. I just read that.
and something else. There's a third one.
Terry was on the bean diet. I guess I should have taken some beans and tried that. So anyway, let me know what you're doing in the comments with
and-
your cholesterol.
And whether diet is working, and if it is, where
Yeah,
to get the diet
let me know.
from.
I'll try it. I mean, I got it. Well, I know you got to get off the sugar. I know that.
So
But
I'm
anyway.
just trying to get off all processed food, and I've been trying to get off sugar ever since, for years, because it does bad things to me.
Yeah. Have you had any? You need a brain boost. I got this. This is just came out. This was a study done. They say if you go out to restaurants, you play bingo, you visit friends, or attend religious services, it gives you extra years of healthy brain function. This is according to Rush University and their medical center. They said that the study found that older adults who stayed socially active typically developed dementia 5 years later than those who were less social. It's a difference that actually could extend your life and maybe save hundreds of thousands of dollars just in healthcare by playing bingo and just going out and being more social.
We used to play cards all the time.
I mean, we got to be more social, get our brain health going. Get
Yeah,
off that
right.
get off
Yeah.
that phone. That's what we're doing. We're on the phone all the time. We're stuck on the phone playing our games
And eating sugar.
and eating and eating sugar. That's exactly what we're doing. Well, what game? I only have the one fishing game. It's like a fish game I play.
I mean, we still play cards, some,
You and I,
but
once in a blue
we
moon.
used to play socially.
We need to get back into it. Whoever, find somebody that wants to play some cards, and let's get some get some brain bingo. Maybe we should play bingo. We need somebody to call out the
numbers.
numbers.
We used to have a Mickey Mouse bingo.
Who
around
had the
here.
one that had the wheel? Someone had a wheel. Remember?
I don't know. It was your mom, I think.
Was
it
it my
at your
mom?
mom's? I don't know.
Why do I remember a wheel had? No, maybe I don't know. Anyway, play bingo. That might. Well, a lot of people love bingo. That's what they do.
I know.
They love to go to the bingo and put all the
Most of the
splotches
Catholic
on there.
churches still do it, and some of the fire halls were
A lot
doing
of
it
fire
for a
halls
while.
do it. That's how they make some of their money when they volunteer fire departments. They need to raise money, and I guess it's a great way to do that.
Well, if
Bingo
you buy-
Mondays,
yeah,
bingo
if you have to
Tuesdays.
buy the sheets.
Yeah,
and
you buy
however much they are
$5 for I don't know. I don't go bingo, so I really don't know. I used to. This is interesting. Before we go to on the audio start, we go to a break. Move over, ladies. It turns out men are hopeless romantics when it comes to curling up with a steamy book. Yeah, it says in a.
You've never done
I
that.
like the romance when you read the romance. My best summer, the greatest summer I ever had, and I've told many people this story, except
Oh,
for the
thanks.
beautiful, is when Terry was reading the series called, I lost the name of it.
50 Shades.
Oh, 50 Shades
Grey.
of Grey. That was my best, ladies, that was my best summer ever. I love that summer.
You're
I
so
thought it
full
was the
of
water. It wasn't the
You're
water.
so full of it.
I'm not full of it. It's the truth. At that time, Terry still had a libido, and it worked.
so full of it.
You might say it, but I'm telling you, that was the best summer I ever had. Anyway, it turns out men like to apparently read. I like to have her read and get her blood boiling, but that doesn't work anymore. But anyway, they love the romance novel. A recent thrift book survey reveals that men are out reading women in romance department. 63% of male readers proudly waving their romance fan flag compared to 60% of women. Well, that's pretty close. We're only talking, 3%. And they're not just casual dabblers. These guys are clocking an impressive 364 hours per year lost in romantic adventures, while women are logging 312 hours in their literally love affairs. So there you go. Men are romantics, I guess, when it comes to reading books. Any thoughts on
News
that?
to me.
That's news to you. I don't know. I thought that was interesting.
Never seen any of them reading a romance.
I'd love to read a book. I would love to read a
didn't.
book. Um,
You've tried.
I
You
have
started
attempted.
when I've had back surgeries.
I,
You don't even make it through the
I
first
can't
chapter.
even get through the first. I don't know if it's my.
Mostly,
I don't know
usually
what it
not
is.
even the first page. Sometimes you can get a page down and that's it. If it doesn't have something grab you right away, you're just
Yeah, it's just I don't know. Well, nothing grabs me. I've tried different types of books to see if I could get even sports books that I thought, oh, this is going to be interesting, and it doesn't.
nope. You just
It
don't do
just
it.
doesn't bring it to me.
So
Doesn't do
do
it.
we want to do the fridge thing now?
Yeah, let's do the fridge. I'm going to tell Terry these are 5 most dangerous expired condiments in your fridge.
You want me to go?
And so here's what I'll start with this. Bottle of ketchup, right? Been in your fridge. These are all,
I think our ketchup's new though.
I think it is, because we go through that,
We go
especially
through
in the
it pretty
summer
good.
months.
Mhm.
We have a lot
Real
of picnics
fast.
and we do pretty good. So the number one dangerous expired condiment in your fridge could be the mayonnaise. Do we want to see how old our mayonnaise is?
We go through that pretty good here too. I'll see.
Should I take should I take the, I guess, I don't know if I should follow you with the camera. It might be hard to do. So she's looking at the mayonnaise.
Best by 3/9/25.
Okay, so we're good. We're good till March on the mayonnaise.
Miracle Whip, Best by 10/27.
Oh, geez.
24.
Oh, so the whipped mayonnaise is already out of date.
Because it was probably opened and we didn't have any picnics. That's what I use for macaroni and potato salad.
Okay, so that is out of
Would you say the ketchup?
salad dressing. Creamy kinds that have eggs or cheese are all supposed to be tossed after 2 months. Oily dressings last longer. You have the ketchup. Let's do the ketchup, seeing you have it. That's fairly new. I know it is. Because we just bought like a 2-pack or something, if I'm not mistaken.
It's a 3-pack.
Here, I'll move you over so you can see.
I can't find a date.
No date on the ketchup. It's hard to find dates anymore. They hide them.
Here, is this it?
Probably can't hear her.
A long number on it.
Yeah, you can't hear her. So if I do it like this, then I'm out of
No, just keep it on you.
Well, I can't hear you.
We'll see if you can find a date.
All right, let's go back.
What else am I looking for?
Okay, so there's salad dressing that's creamy or salad dressing that is oily and lasts longer. This one, let's see, is there a date? You know, I can't. Oh, yeah, it is. It's right here. It's on the lid, and I believe it says, well, it's all worn off. Well, look at that. You can see the ketchup. Isn't that nasty? 20. It is 25. So this is still good.
This is going to be expired because the neighbor left it.
Okay, so we have what kind of dressing is that?
It is honey mustard.
Honey mustard. How old is that? This is going to let people go through the dressings. I should have brought the microphone over to you because we can't hear you. I should have brought all these out.
Let's start bringing them out, then I can look at them.
Yeah. So this one here, this is what we want to see if this one is out of date. And it's hard to find. I guess we could have looked up where they are as far as the dates.
I think this one was in my mom's. Oh, this one's
Let's see.
dated 12/19/19 because this was not open. It was in my mom's.
19?
Yeah, it was in my mom's
Okay, let me,
cupboard.
yeah, hold that up there. That's 1,000. That's the 1,000 out.
It came from my mom's apartment when she
Are we
moved
going to
here
pitch
2
that?
years ago.
We're not using that, are we?
My mom's been.
Oh, here we go.
out.
This one's June 2022. This one here. This is 22. The 1,000 out is 2019. Would you use that, folks? Would you? I don't believe you would. I don't think so anyway. So what about, we did ketchup, barbecue sauce, any barbecue sauce in there, mustard.
Yes, there's barbecue, and they came from the neighbor too, so they're probably out of date.
So here's the,
barbecue.
okay, here's the barbecue sauces. Look at all these barbecue sauces. We had a,
We have picnics and they leave them here.
yeah, we had picnics, and this one's 2021, that one. This one's called the honey, Berman's honey barbecue sauce is 2021. This one is Sweet Baby Ray's. Great. This is really good barbecue sauce. Can you see that? I don't know if you can or not. But, oh, if you're not watching, you can't. This one is out of date. The date says August 22. So So we're not finding many that are in date. And last, soy sauce. I know the soy sauce is out of date. Okay, sweet and sour, 24 is empty. So that's not too bad. So it says that the salad dressing, you should throw out after 2 months. And we've got one that's 2019. So that tells you that. The barbecue sauce is, here, let's go. Ketchup and barbecue sauce. Here we go. It says you've got about 6 months to use them up. Keep an eye on the color. If it changes, toss them. So let's see. Let me see if I can. It doesn't. This one. What is this one? Is this the older one? Berman's. Has an interesting smell, like almost like kerosene.
I didn't buy either one.
So this is 2021. So this is 4 years old right here. This one has been in our refrigerator. I would say this one.
Until it was 2 years old.
So our podcast is basically us cleaning out our fridge. So that one's got to go. Now the Sweet Baby Ray's, that is some good barbecue sauce.
And I ate this on my stir fry tonight.
That one
I
doesn't
can't
smell
find
too
a
bad.
date on it.
This one was 22, I believe. Yeah, this was 22. So this is a good way for you guys to clean out your refrigerator. Find out how old this stuff really is. This is, honey mustard. So we got a Sweet Baby Ray's honey mustard. Can you see that? Okay. It's probably backwards because it's the phone and it always does things backwards, so I apologize. This one, I didn't see the date. This one's a 22. So this one's 3 years old. Smells okay. I think I got it on my nose. So that's 3 years old. Man, do you guys go through your refrigerator? Do you do this? I mean, have you done this lately? We have nothing here is less than, let's see, the ketchup is new.
Most of the other salad dressings are 24.
Okay.
Like the end of 24, like fall
So
or
we're
winter 24.
couple months, right?
So
But-
they're probably okay, but see, some of this came from Mom's apartment, was in her pantry cupboard when she moved and was in a box downstairs for a
Right.
year before we ever even saw it. So it's probably only been open for
Was there a mustard?
that honey mustard.
No,
But
just a mustard. Do we have a yellow mustard in there? I
we've
bet
had
it's-
we've had because we don't drink, we don't eat
We
it.
don't
But
eat it.
ours,
I know.
threw the old one away and got a new one this
Oh,
summer,
okay.
so I know it's this summer's.
Some people think that soy sauce lasts forever, but you've got to use it in about a year for soy sauce.
How
Mustard-
about mustard? Doesn't it keep longer?
said
I
it-
think it's got vinegar in it.
Because
so
of
everyone
vinegar,
can-
it does last a little bit longer. But once you break the seal, you've got a year to use it up. So even though it still has the vinegar in it, but
See, and like those
we haven't done that.
probably weren't broken the seal till after they were already expired.
Now, the thing about the ketchup, that's what I want to get to next, because the ketchup thing, there's been this growing thing, and it even says after you open the ketchup, there's the Heinz. See? I'm sorry, I keep saying
says-
C, and those of you who are listening, I apologize. So just go on YouTube and watch us. But this is good till 25. This has got, quite a while because it's new. But the question was,
But we got a 3-pack
yeah, we did.
over the summer that
We'll
we go
use it up.
through 2 of them or
Yeah.
so.
So the question is, do you refrigerate it? Because when you go to the restaurant, it's on
It's
the
sitting on the
it's
table.
sitting
I never
out.
thought about that.
it's sitting out. So these questions, and there seems to be a consensus for some. What is the proper way, to put the toilet paper on the roll? Now, do you care, or you just put it on? Do
I
you
don't
have a
care,
preference?
I just put it on.
You don't, as long as you can rip a thing and do your duty.
When I need it,
do your duty.
I want
You
it.
do your thing. Okay.
I don't like an empty one. If someone empties it,
You can't use the.
And
just the
even if
roll?
I'm like at our kid's house and I don't see any to refill it, I'll
Oh.
say, "Hey, where's the toilet paper? I emptied it," and I'll go find the toilet paper because I don't want to be the next one to sit down again and not have any.
Yeah, you have to use the roll.
Especially if you didn't, you're gonna do a big job and you don't have any.
Yeah. And you forgot your underwear that day. That would be tough. That'd be a rough day for sure. So the ketchup debate, whether or not you're supposed to refrigerate it or not.
Because
And-
restaurants don't. You're right.
No, they sit it on the counter, and that's why. How long has it been sitting there? Do they take it in during
put
the
it in-
night
yeah.
and then bring it back out. So they ask Heinz, the gurus at Heinz, and the company confirms that the best way to enjoy their ketchup is to refrigerate it after opening it. Hence the words refrigerate after opening, clearly printed on the label. As far as the toilet paper question, you're going to have to figure that one out yourself. But the question also was, okay, what about the restaurants that have the ketchup out on the counter? Is that, how long is it good for? How long has it been there? Do you have to ask these questions? These are all valid questions.
And I know some of them probably use the same bottle, like buy a jug and wash and
I never
reuse
thought
the bottle.
I bet they don't even wash the bottle. Come on, folks. Do you believe they're washing the bottle? Come on.
When it's
Because
almost
if it
empty,
gets
they
down to
just
that
go,
much, you don't
"Let's
think
see."
they take this giant bottle and fill in just squeeze it in? Because I've done it.
Yeah, but
Although
I
the
mean,
last one I cleaned was that.
well, we
the-
have those round ones that we use down.
It's called the
for
picnic things.
thing.
Yeah, I clean
but
those.
I still clean them usually during the
Yeah,
fall. Like when we're
right.
done with the last picnic, I take them up and empty them and just
Yeah.
because the bottom of them's nasty usually. So I usually just clean them out. As a matter of fact, we have the mustard one in there, and that's why we have a brand
that
new.
in there?
That's why I know my mustard is good. It's
Oh,
from
okay.
this summer because we emptied the last one and
Okay.
I bought a new one. But the last one was really old.
All right.
It was really out of date.
Am I
'cause we
just
don't
really
eat a
tall,
lot of.
or are you just slouching?
I don't know.
Oh, you
I'm
had-
leaning forward.
Yeah. Is that bad for your back?
I don't know.
One of these days, we'll have to watch Terry do her exercises. She has a bad back, and we'll have to do a podcast.
Watch me do that.
Well, yeah, show
exercises.
them the people that have back issues that you've had 3 back surgeries. So you could show them, because a lot of
What
the
helps me
movements
move?
you can't do some of the crunches because of your back, and so you have other ways of exercising.
I do stretches and wall stretches.
Yes, wall stretches, and yeah, I think people would be interested to see what you do and how you do it,
And
how
how I
often you
still
do
move.
it, and how you still move.
I would do something every day. I do some kind of exercise every day. Even when I wake up late or something, I
Right.
usually, before I go to bed, then I'll put my feet on the wall. Just today, I
So-
did
yeah.
I did my workout, and then I was going to do. I don't think I ever got back there. No, because then I've called this one, and I was
Right.
on the phone, and I never did do my arms. I wanted to do arms then, and I didn't do them.
Before we leave, I want to talk about something that, first of all,
Is this going too long? again?
no, we're good. A very close friend of ours, a neighbor, family, if you will, passed away. And it brought up a lot of, as you get older, and as you can see, I do have, well, you can't see if you're listening, but and I got to stop doing that, because these people are going to get tired of me saying,
Okay, as you can see.
yeah, as you can see. I have gray hair, and I'm older. I'm going to be 60 this year. And it starts bringing up questions as to how do we want to, how
How
is
do
the
we want
question?
to say goodbye?
Well, like the end of life stuff starts creeping in. When you're young, you don't think about it. You think no one's guaranteed tomorrow.
I
Let's
think
be
when we
honest.
were young, we told your brother we wanted him to have the kids. If
Yeah.
something ever happened, like if we were ever in a
Well,
car
yeah, but that
accident, we
wasn't-
both went. We wanted him to move in here, and
But we didn't have a will, and we still don't.
and
So-
we never did make a will.
And
But
we're
we
gonna do
told
that.
people our wishes, and
Do you guys put this stuff off too, or is it just me? Like, I need to have people look at my moles. Would you like to, maybe the YouTube would like to see my moles. Maybe they could tell me.
okay,
I've got
if
bad
any
moles.
if any of them need,
But I need to
removed.
go see a dermatologist. I haven't done that. I finally got to the dentist, which took me a while, but
because you had a
the
toothache.
toothache always drags you in. But now that's the start. But my point is, are you prepared? We don't have a will. I have something back there that we wrote up, kind of, but it's not.
We never had.
Who
it
knows if it's
done.
it's not notarized, so it's not like it's done. And when we start talking about do we want to be laid out? Do we want to have any type of service? Do we want to be cremated? These are all questions that I don't know.
I don't know. I'm not going to be here. So.
And I feel more, but I asked my mom about it, which I didn't really want to, but I was asking her, like, what do you do? Who do you, I guess my question was,
who do you talk to?
who do you trust? Like what funeral home? Where do you go? How do you do all, how do you go about, I guess you just talk to someone and
make arrangements.
Start paying. I don't know. Part of me wants to be cremated. Part of me wants to not be cremated. I don't know. My mom is in the mausoleum, and my mom wants to have a casket. She wants to develop a casket that has a top and a bottom so that
the husband and wife can be
my
together.
dad's been gone for quite a while. She said when she goes, she'll be on top. I was, wow, that's good for Dad. He's been looking forward to that for a while. And she said, well, if it's the other way around, then, the husband can be on top. Well, okay. Either way, it's a win-win. But she said, don't put me in a expensive box.
Put me in a bind.
She didn't want to have any type of memorial service or anything. And we said memorial. She goes, I don't want that. And I said, well, what do you care?
Some
You
kind
won't
of
be here.
service where the preacher, says something over you and then you slide into the mausoleum.
Yeah. But I don't even like thinking about that kind of stuff. It just, I don't know. It just gives me the EBs. How do you feel about that, ladies and gentlemen? Do you? I know it's something we need to do, especially as we get older. But man, I don't know. It brought up a lot of, and we're just praying for the family, and we're gonna miss him. He was fun to talk to, and he always fed me my Three Musketeers, which could be part of my cholesterol problem. Maybe he contributed to it. I don't know, but he knew I liked Three Musketeers, and he always had them. So I think that was his way of, hey, come on over. The candy guy does to the kids.
Over and talk to us. Yeah.
So anyway, we're going to leave on that. Now, you have anything? Do you want to try your phone and see if we can get my questions on there?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to leave you with some questions, and then that I had asked this week, and see if you had any other answers. We got a lot of. We did get some good answers to some of the questions. One of them was, I guess someone wanted to give their 13-year-old a credit card. And how do you feel about 13-year-olds getting a credit card? I don't know where your Facebook thing. Oh, here it is. And I thought that was an interesting thing. You and I both said, no way.
13's not old enough to be responsible with it. You're still taking care of their needs. So what do they need?
I thought this was cute. It said, this is why toys are important. And I don't know if you'll be able to see that or not. But can you see that? So there's the toys that show that, and they're trying to put a giant mattress in the car. Can you see that?
Yeah, that's not going to fit. Why would they put that in there?
Okay, so here's the comments. The question was, someone that I know is giving their 13-year-old a credit card for their birthday. It's on mom and dad's account, so the dad and mom will get alerts when it's used. But is 13 too young to have a credit card? Now, here are some of the answers that you have spoken. David said, 100%, my opinion, I can't see anything but trouble arising from that. Mona said, too young. Alan said, way too young. Janet said, way too young. Dawn, yes. Jillian said, if it's in the child's name and helps them build credit, which I thought the question said.
I don't think you can have a credit rating when you're 13.
You can't put that in their name, can you? They're too young, aren't they? You'd have to be what do you call that? A credit. You know, when you sign for a car,
you have to have a job.
Well, no, I'm saying, even if you had a job, sometimes you have to have someone else co-sign.
Co-sign, yeah.
So the credit card would just be on their name. She said that it could build credit, could be a very good thing. It also be very useful tool in teaching them how to be financially savvy. Well, it could, but it also could go the opposite way, or unless you put a limit on the card and say, well, you reached your limit, which tells me that you're not very good
with money.
Because if you put I would put $100 limit or $200 limit.
Oh, yeah. Well, the thing
maybe
about
not
it
even
is,
that.
I mean, I know everything's done. All our money goes right to our accounts. So we use our debit cards like when we go to the movies and everything now.
Yeah, it's a debit. It's a cashless. They're trying to get rid of cash. It's a cashless society, which I'm not thrilled of. I don't carry as much cash as I should.
So these kids,
Because I like to give tips. We talk about tips. People that work in
we
the
like
restaurant
to give
business like
cash tips
Yes.
because they get them right then.
Yeah. And that says absolutely too young. Diane, yes. Penny, 100% too young. Okay. Next question was, did I ask another one? Oh, it was the meatballs. How do you typically prepare your meatballs? This is important. Do you fry? Do you bake? Or you cook them raw in the sauce? My grandmother used to make an amazing meatball. Matt says that they bake theirs. We bake ours. We bake them, right?
We usually
Do
bake them.
But no, I thought
I have fried them before.
if we have frozen, don't we put them in with the boiling
but they're
noodles?
already cooked.
I know, but we boil them with the noodles.
If I have if I bought frozen at the store, I throw them in with the boiling noodles and just let them go.
Alan says he bakes them. Kristen said she used to fry them, that she switched to baking them, she not totally, and then she lets them finish in the sauce, which is not a bad idea. So you just bake them a little bit and then throw them in the sauce. Mona says she fries them, then puts them in the sauce. Annette brown and cook in sauce. Carla bake and finish in the sauce. Penny, I bake them and put them in the sauce. Darylyn, open the bag. It was an easy way. Just throw it in.
Open the bag.
Austin said, I'm normally preparing them for eating breadsticks at Olive Garden. Once I'm prepared, they eventually bring me out a plate with pasta and meatballs. So that's how he has it. And that's a great way to have your meatballs just served to you. Nothing wrong with that. Hey, thanks so much for listening and watching. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button, especially if you're on YouTube or you're listening to us on any of your favorite podcasts. I'm just totally blanking. My mind is I'm watching myself and it's freaking me out.
Is it?
Yeah, this is only the second time.
I can't see me. That's
I know.
what's saying. And I've been picking at these
Well,
brownies and stuff.
Yeah, I
so
know
that's
you
gonna
have.
Show
You
up
haven't
a
been
lot.
showing. You want to show the viewers that you're engaged.
Well, I'm engaged in these stupid brownies, and guess what? They're expired, and they're still pretty
they're still
doggone
freaking good.
And you know what? I haven't had sugar for a long time, so they're making me crave sugar.
You can follow us on Facebook or X at Just Talking Out Loud. And thanks so much for listening. And we'll see you next week.
Have a great week.